Hey guys, Jordan here, and it is the first time in a while that I have done this kind of video standing right in front of you with no one else in sight. It's kind of awkward. Anyway, so I was meant to mention this quite a while back, like a few weeks ago, but I just didn't because of time and all that shit. But yeah, anyway, so a few weeks ago, me and quite a few others from my St. John group, which I mentioned a few vlogs ago. I'll put the link right here to that video if you want to see it. It'll also be down in the description, but it's basically just a competition, photos of the competition that I went to quite a while ago. This one's a little different because that last one we couldn't win anything in because it wasn't our district. But this one is our district, so we could actually win something. Anyway, so the group that I was with had 2 teams and 2 indies, so one team had 4 people in it, so that's 8, and then 10 people overall, plus the judges, so that's 12. 12 people overall from our group in Highbury, and we went there, and we won quite a few things. I'll tell them all to you soon. But basically, in a competition, we have medical, trauma, drill, indies and pairs, oh yeah, and communication. I think there's a couple of others, but that's all I can remember now. But anyway, each team has 15 minutes or so, except for drill, to do each of those tests. And they do them in random order for each team. But they're actually really fun. And you get to meet new people along the way, so it's really good, it's really good. Anyway, the meaning of this episode, as you can probably tell by the title of it, is to say that my team, which we called Crazy Bananas for some strange reason, won. And, won overall. So that means that we go into regionals, the regional competitions, because the one that we won in is district competitions, which is all the districts in our area, so that's a north area. Go into regionals, which is the whole of New Zealand, I think, or the whole of the North Island. I think it's the whole of North Island, and the whole of South Island have their own one. But anyway, we go off to regionals to try and win that. I'll tell you what we won specifically in this one. So we won first place team medical, first place team drill, first place team trauma, and champion team, so that's overall. Let's see, our team leader, which is, we all have nicknames, so I'll call her Pixie if she doesn't want me to name her. But she won first place team member number 1, which is the indies and pairs one. And for that one, the team members number 1 and 3 do individual tests, while team members number 2 and 4 do a pairs. So they go into a test with those 2, but the others 2 do individual stuff, as the title. And Pixie won that one overall. She came first in that. We came second in communication. Second, hang on, what's it called? Second with our other team that went from our district. So that was actually pretty funny. But yeah, so yeah, I'll just explain what each test is. So, team trauma. That one is where there's, so what I'm saying is team trauma has a few patients that are injured, well, severely in some cases, but in our case there was a guy with something wrong with his back and knee, and a little bit wrong with his head. The other one was lying on top of a ladder. I don't know what was wrong with him because I wasn't stationed with him. I was stationed with the guy who I just before mentioned. And he apparently had, I think it was fractured his back, I think. And that, had something to do with the, his actual body movement and all that. Yeah, because the ladder was lying on top of his leg, so he had a lump on his leg. So we had to fix all that up, and we came first in that. So I'm actually pretty surprised that we did. yeah, we came first in that. So, yeah, the next one we won for, which is Team Drill. I tried to get the video for that. I'll try again, but because it was a private video, I couldn't really download it. So I'll try it if I found it and was able to put it in this video, and it'll be up right now. Basically, we had to do this format before we were given the unknown thing from the drill commander. But it was actually pretty easy. Like, once you've got all the basics down, it's really easy to do. Team Medical. So Team Medical is kind of like trauma, just it's kind of like CPR stuff rather than actual like putting on bandages and assessing stuff. This one we had was 2 patients, sorry. One of them we already had to do CPR on. The other we found we had to do CPR on later on because of something to do with electricity. So, yeah. We won those 3, and champion team is like overall everything, because we won basically almost everything. So that means that we're going straight to regionals to represent our district, which is the North District, along with the second team, the second place team, and so are the 2 indies that won, the 2 individuals. So yeah, that's actually really cool. So I don't know whether we're going to win that, but I hope we do, and I will let you know in another video, which I'm yet to make because that hasn't happened yet. And yeah, that's really all I've got to say. So yeah, I shall see you guys later. Bye. A few things I forgot to mention. I didn't mention how we do communication. And that is actually where the team, or individual, depending on who's doing what, goes into a room and is told to design something or make a plan for something. For example, the one that we did, we had to design a plan for what 4 people would be on a lifeboat after a plane crash, and we had a list of all the people who survived and what their duties were, who they were, what they did specifically, and we had to figure out what 4 of those people could get on that lifeboat and go and help. Because it's a 4-person lifeboat. You can't really have 6 or 7 people on it. But yeah, that's what we did. And then after this was the fastest competition that we've ever done, because usually we finish at around 6 or 7 at night. This one we finished at 1 PM, so right after lunch basically. So we ended up going to McDonald's, which is our usual thing that we do. We always go to McDonald's after a competition to look through our stuff and see how we did, see what we can improve on and all that. And I ended up getting, I think it was 2 Big Macs, a large fries, a large frozen Coke, and an indulgent chocolate shake. I know, I'm fat. Anyway, that's just a couple of things that I forgot to mention. If I forget to mention any more, then that's gonna suck. Sorry to interrupt my outro. I shall get back to my life. Goodbye!